want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. There seems to be a contradiction between Exodus chapter 24, verses 9 through 11, Exodus 33, verses 17 through 33, and John chapter 1, verse 18. How can those people have seen God and John the Baptist say no one has ever seen God? Now, great question, because as mentioned in the book of Exodus, there are those, Moses in particular, who get to see and be in the presence of God. But John chapter 1, verse 18 says, no one has seen God at any time, the only begotten Son who is from God. Now, that passage saying no one has seen God except the only begotten Son is not so much a statement against Exodus as it is an affirmation that Jesus Christ is the physical embodiment, the incarnation of God on planet Earth. That's what's so critical to that passage. Now, let's go back to Exodus for a moment. The Bible is full of what we call outliers. And when I mention an outlier, that which is beyond the statistical norm in reference to what we'd expect on any given day. Let me give a non-related example. The Bible says in Hebrews chapter 9, verse 27, all men must die and face the judgment. That's interesting because Elijah didn't die, neither did Enoch. They are outliers for the billions of the rest of us that will most assuredly die a physical death. No one has seen God. That's right. Except Moses and, well, Jesus Christ being the embodiment thereof. And what he was trying to communicate in John chapter 1 is as Jesus Christ was walking and talking and teaching and preaching, they were seeing God, but not in his glorified state. Now, you get to Matthew chapter 17, Mark chapter 9, the transfiguration where Jesus manifests his glory as bright as the sun. I think we could say that Peter, James, and John had a very similar experience that Moses did on Sinai in the book of Exodus. So again, I think what we're dealing with here are not absolutes in the sense of no one ever has, therefore there's a contradiction of, it's much like Hebrews chapter 9. 99.999% of the people experience death. Okay, Enoch and Elijah didn't. Moses, Elijah, Peter, James, John, yeah, there's a little difference there. And so for the general rule of thumb, they had not seen God. Now, here's the problem. Jesus Christ, God in flesh, planet Earth, right before them, and they couldn't even see who he was. That's the biggest problem in John chapter 1. Great question. Do you have one? Send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question is tomorrow. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.